Ryan Brath here from Golf WRX, and today I'm talking wedges and short game, specifically the highest lofted wedges in your bag and how to use them properly. Now, when it comes to wedges, a lot of people, when talking about the highest lofted ones, we're thinking 58 to 60 degrees. Something past that traditional sand wedge loft of 54 to 56. Now, they may look like they have a lot of club face there, and they do technically. But as you start to open them up, you expose more of the leading edge, and that face actually looks, from the ball's point of view, a lot smaller. And that makes it more difficult to make solid contact with a wedge, especially when you're trying to hit a shot where you're opening face up. That's why you'll see a lot of players, they really struggle around the greens when they're trying to hit that shot, because if you don't get it perfectly in the part of your stance where it should be to make contact, as well as having it, hit that little spot on the club face, then instead of hitting your lob wedge, say 5 yards, you actually hit it 55 yards. And around the green, that's not ideal. It just means you're walking across and trying to hit it back again. So what does this mean for selecting wedges for your golf game? Well, a lot of times it means maybe you having your highest lofted wedge be a 56 degree, a sand wedge, and say put an extra hybrid in your bag to make things easier and simplify your short game, especially if you don't have a lot of time to practice. Or what it can come down to is also changing the style of shots that you use, like using a pitching wedge instead of, trying to pull at that higher lofted club and really opening it up. Do you give yourself the opportunity to potentially hit it as close if you have a tough lie over a hazard or something? Probably not. But what it's going to do is help you score better by minimizing your mistakes, because there's nothing worse than being close to the green and having to walk across it because you've sculled your lob wedge. Now, there are other options, and I realize that it's not the prettiest option, but there are clubs that are specifically designed to make the short game a lot easier. And I have one here. This is called the cutter wedge. And there are other products like this. There's the square strike, which has a lot less loft on it, more like a pitching wedge designed to create a putter motion. And all of these clubs are designed to make the short game easier, because it's where a lot of players struggle. It's where a lot of times people don't have a lot of opportunity to practice. You go to the driving range, you're working on your full swing. You're not really going to the short game area and practicing lob wedges for an hour like a tour player. So what a club like this does is, as you can see, it has a very large club face on it, and it is designed to make the short game easier. Again, is it the best option for you? I don't know. Maybe it's worth a try. But what it really comes down to is choosing shots around the green with the clubs that you have to minimize your mistakes. And again, it comes down to understanding how those highest lofted clubs work, because again, they may look like they have a lot of club face from a dress, but in reality, once you open it up and you expose that leading edge, you're putting yourself at a lot of risk if you don't hit that shot often to, like I said, scull one across the green or potentially leave it right at your feet. So when you are selecting those wedges, remember, think about the highest lofted club in your bag, make better choices, and if you have the opportunity, maybe practice just a little bit more. I'm Ryan Brath, this is Golf WRX, and as always, thanks for watching.